So there we go. Welcome, y'all. It is the welcome. We're here for our very first, our inaugural Keto Vision 2020. And during this time, we're going to talk a little bit about what's in all of our shaker cups. And if you're drinking a flavor, drop it in the chat. And yes, where are you coming in from? I love seeing where we're watching. So we got Protones in there. I saw a sweet tea earlier. That sweet tea lemonade is so good. Here's what I'm considering drinking here in a little bit. Just got my hands on some Hibby Libby, or otherwise known as hibiscus lemonade. I just think Hibby Libby is a lot more fun to say than hibiscus lemonade. Amy, your face is awesome, but welcome. If you're here tonight, you're one of a number of types of people, but mostly you're here to learn about what we're talking about when we talk about ketones, and also some of the power behind them, how to maximize your usage of it. What is it? Maybe get them for free, and what it looks like to share the conversation. So I love seeing the different flavors in the chat. Orange is corn and strawberry peach. Oh, Michelle in New York, I love it. Allison in Iowa and strawberry peach. So good, so good. But if you don't know me, fantastic. Here's how you get to know me. My name is Carrie Wynn. I live here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And before ketones, I was a lump. I sat on the couch. I laid in bed. I didn't do very much with my life. I was earning a passive income, and I was just really down in the dumps. Being down in the dumps too kind of helped me balloon up, because all I did was eat and sleep, eat and sleep, eat and sleep. And I got back up to not my highest weight, but 30 pounds from it. And so then somebody took a chance and said, hey, you should try this. It wasn't this flavor, I'll tell you that much. We've grown a lot as a company. We've grown a lot with our research and development, and our flavors are getting better and better. And actually, if you're here with me, drop in the chat, what's your most favorite flavor? Like you would sell your oldest child, your firstborn, your puppy. For my fur babies in here, if you want to sell Jackson there, Mama Christine, or maybe your oldest too, because like we get ready to ship him. Oh, you shipped him off anyway, so it's fine. It's fine. He's emotionally bound elsewhere. And so, but yeah, what's your favorite? Share in there. But somebody said, hey, Carrie, you should try this. And I said, no. I said no a lot. Then I finally said yes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe what this is. My brain lit up like a Christmas tree. I felt amazing. I drank it for a couple of days with my friend, and she's like, okay, now you need it. Now I'm going to trade you some ketones for some money, honey. So I traded her some money for some ketones. I drank it for 10 days. In that 10 days, I released 9 pounds of body fat. I dropped like an inch around my neck. And for my guys that are on here, or for the guys in your life, the measurement of the neck is very important for the shirts that we wear. I was wearing lots of dress shirts and everything, but I felt great. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I think my mom needs this. I need this. Everyone I know needs this. So I kind of got a little crazy, and that was 3.5 years later. In that time, I've released and kept off nearly 80 pounds. I've gone down 12 inches around my waist, which is phenomenal. And from a 2X shirt down to a medium in Old Navy and large and like Versace, because Italian sizing is a little less forgiving than American sizings, if you know what I mean. So, but we're just having a blast. Like, we're having a blast. And this is ketones. Now, the conversation that I'm going to have with you is that you've already seen the campfire video. You already grasp the concept of the power that's in here. It may not make sense, and that's okay, but you've already experienced that video. And if you haven't, stop right now, pick up that iPhone or Android or flip phone or whatever you have going on, and text your friend that invited you to be here today and say, hey, Joe, Bob, Sally, Philip, I don't know, all these white people names. Gosh, diversity. Jose, there we go. Hey, I need to see that campfire video. Send it to me now, or tag me in it, please. So send me that video or tag me in that video, but take that leap, because you're already here. If you haven't seen that, some of the conversation we're going to have today may not make the most sense, because we are getting into a fat burning state. We are drinking ketones. We're in instant ketosis, and it works every single time. And so what we do, we drink this. Actually, here's a little conversation piece for all of us that are on here. In the chat, how many servings did you drink today? How many servings did you drink today? For me, I drink this. I'm on number 3, but I've also been around some high performing people today. We got some 2s, we got some 3s, and 2 going for 3. Yep, that nighttime pro, right, Christine? Ooh, Mama G's drink a Mai Tai. Mai Tai is so yummy. Put an orange Mitoplex in there. It's phenomenal. Starting tomorrow, Danielle, that's so exciting. Congrats. Actually, that's a great thing too. Who here has never drank ketones? Drop a, oh gosh, because we have ones and twos in there. Put a smiley face in the chat. Who has never tried ketones yet? Drop a smiley face in the chat. Yes, Danielle. That's a winky face, but I'll take it. It's a smiling winky face. We got numbers and emojis and everything else. But so some of the conversation, again, if you haven't tried one yet, fantastic. I'm so excited to see how better shows up in your life. And if you have been drinking it, I know Liz is on here. Liz has been drinking it since like negative day one. She's been drinking it forever. So how long have you been drinking ketones? Tell that to me there too. Amy, you too. How long have you been? Well, you're driving. So 10 and 2, please. Stephanie, yes. Karen, yes. Awesome. Awesome. I love the numbers. We have such a diversity of people that are here tonight, and I'm so glad to see that. But pure therapeutic ketones, really, really simple. It does put you in ketosis, right? These were originally developed for high-performing military professionals, aka our Navy SEALs, right? The DoD and the Department of Naval Research said, hey, our guys are having seizures, and they need to not have seizures. So what can we do? Right? What can we do? Gave it to this bunch of nerds. A bunch of nerds figured it out. And that out popped the very first serving of ketones as we know today. Actually, not as we know today. Here's a trivia question I know Coach Becca likes to ask. Does anybody know, this is just for perspective, right? How far we've come since that day. Does anybody know what was the average investment for a single serving of ketones to have those Navy SEAL divers experience ketosis without the diet? I see 1,000. I see 500. Donica says 2,000. Any other guesses? Any other guesses? Marcy says 1,000. Nobody thinks $20. Jamie says 3,000. Liz says 2,000, 10,000. Y'all, you're right. You're on the wavelength. That's right, Coachy. Thank you so much. It was $1,000 for a single serving. 1,000, and that was about a decade ago. So we've grown so much. So like, now, I don't know about you, but this one cost me free 99, but we'll talk about that later. So yes, Heather, do the dance. Do the free tone dance. That's it. But we drink ketones. It's simple. It works 100% of the time. It doesn't matter if you're looking for fat loss or muscle preservation, clear skin, better sleep, better mood, better energy, all of those things that we know and love. I already said clearer skin, better digestion. Oh my gosh, like so many things. We can do it now for free to a few dollars per serving, where we come from has been a totally different story. But not only do we drink ketones because we know this works too, all of our nerds, our research and development, so many professionals that are associated with our community. And actually, we just had a fantastic event for all of my green emerald type learners. And those are the people that love facts and figures and research and development. I see some of you leaning forward, Miss Brenda, and those fantastic headphones of yours. We just had a whole experience. I think it was what, 7 doctors, researchers, scientists that are doing research using pure therapeutic ketones as part of their regimens, as part of their experiences. So even some of our product formulators were on there. So you can Google Dr. Angela Pov. You can Google Dr. Ryan Lowry. You can Google Dr. Jacob Wilson. You can Google Dr. Andy Campitelli. That's Andy with an I and Campitelli with a bunch of letters. That's Italian. You can Google, look up Keto Academy and just see for yourself. And if you need to hear their words from their mouths to your ears, there's an app you can go get, or just go on the website, pruvit.tv, and do the research. You can look it up. You'll hear everything. I'm not going to spend the time trying to be a doctor because I'm not. I kind of sort of have a master's degree almost. So we go from there. I just heard somebody came unmuted. Miss Lori. Coachy, I'm going to make you a co-host so that way you can help me stay on target. Cool. There we go. All right. So super simple stuff. You drink 1 or 2 servings a day at least. 1 is novel use, 2 is therapeutic use, and 3 is for those of us that kind of burn the candle at both ends and just have a lot to accomplish throughout the day. So I was really excited to see how many servings were popping up in there. And again, that Pruvit.tv is going to be your best friend when it comes to better understanding how this works with my hormones, how this works with my sleep, how this works with my insert big toe-itis. You can hop on there or message the person that invited you to be here and say, hey, I have this question. Can you show me which doctor addresses this? Because we have them. They do that. And there might be a doctor on here, right, Liz, or right, Adrian? But we're not them. We're just to say, hey, this stuff works 100% of the time because of my personal story. And that's all I can share with you and connect you with those resources. But not only do we have ketones, like as a standalone thing, as a standalone product, we get to drink this real easy and really simple. We also have something that goes along with it. It's called our Mitoplex. And if you drink a Mitoplex today, what flavor did you drink? These things are phenomenal. They help with everything you can imagine. There's creatine in it. There's a little thing called MitoPQ2, which actually helps fuel your mitochondrial part of your cell, which is the powerhouse of your cell, your mitochondrial health. You can Google how that works too, because I don't have all that language. But the creatine in here and vitamin D for those of y'all that don't live in the desert like I do, that don't get to see as much sun as I do. And this will give you a good serving of that as well. And it's a phenomenal add-in support product, but you're going to love it. You're going to add into it. And I like how, who's my recipe queens in here? You can mix a flavored Mitoplex with with a ketone, and you can have another experience. So that way you never have to drink the same thing, because most of us that are Americans crave variety, right? And maybe the Canadians crave that too, or wherever you're watching from. So variety and flavor is really, really cool. So ketones work totally phenomenal. I encourage at least 1 or 2 of these a day. And then the Mitoplex to go with it, just to help us stay hydrated, right? Oh, this is a complex electrolyte as well to help add in potassium and magnesium that we're not getting from our foods as just normal consumption, as being a part of the human race at this point. So add some to water, drink it, boom, drink it up. You're awesome. You're awesome. So that's ketones. That's our Mitoplex. And then also ketones come in so many different flavors too. I went and grabbed my variety box there, and I know we saw some popular flavors drop in there, but there's so many different ways to get started. There's so many different things to experience and enjoy, regardless of if you see your favorite in this little stack here, you can definitely say so. This is my rainbow of fan here of flavors. So whatever you like, wherever you like to get in, you can. And that's actually one of the ways that you can get started. I know Danielle's getting her ketones here soon. Karen, there's a couple other folks that haven't tried it yet. You can commit to just a single flavor or a couple flavors, and that way those get shipped out to your house. Or we also have what's called our 10-day drink ketones challenge. And in this box, which I just got today, because I get one every month, is a variety of ketones and charged ketones, which means it has a little added caffeine to it as well. So they all do the same thing. There's just some that are a little bit easier on the body before bed, and some to help kind of perk you up and carry you throughout the rest of carry you through the day, which is how most of us get going. Cool. Isn't that great? You can drink your ketones. And so text the person, the same person you probably texted if you haven't seen the campfire video, and say, hey, I really want to get one of these challenge kits. And you know what? Just step up to grab a challenge kit or a single flavor, and grab that Mitoplex too. My lid is being dramatic. And there we go. Like, who's coming unmuted? And because you're going to want these too, just because that added hydration and just the healing of the body that can come along when it's in a good place is going to be very crucial for you. So Melissa. I think she's just sitting on her phone, guys. Everybody say hi to Melissa. Wave at Melissa. Melissa, we see you. We hear you. We definitely guaranteed hear you. So I love it. I love it. I love it. But so if you're just here to consume ketones, like that's pretty much the long and short of it. And again, there's resources to help you be better throughout your journey. But also, I'll tell you this too, like as you drink your ketones, Danielle, since I know that you're here, like commit to it for at least 30 days, but also even stretch that vision out further of like committing for 90 days or more. Because in that 90-day period, with your consistent hydration, your consistent state of ketosis, and then allowing your body to feel that way with those cravings controlled, which is my favorite benefit of drinking ketones. I'm not eating late at night. I'm not craving the foods that don't serve my goals anymore. So commit for a time frame that makes sense, but also commit to a time frame that absolutely makes sense for your goals, right? Like I wasn't looking for fat loss, but now I've released nearly 80 pounds, and that wouldn't have happened in 10 days. It wouldn't have. The only thing that would have got rid of 80 pounds in 10 days is a car accident and amputation of my leg. That's the truth, honest, right there. So that's not what I'm looking for, because that messes with my quality of life. So commit to it. Say yes, trust the process, and the person that invited you here will have the resources to better serve you and help you and guide you along that journey, because that's what we get to do as part of this community. So pretty cool. Like it's just a really phenomenal thing. I'm just checking out my notes here, but we're going to transition a little. We're going to transition from just that's some product, that's some stories. And actually, Coach, I'm going to call on you to share your story just for, a 45, 60 second business share here, just like what has happened in your life since you started sharing ketones. But before we get there, like there was a vision that was cast over once this technology became available to you and me. Once this was allowed to come out of the lab, was allowed to come out of the military, there was a gentleman, his name was Brian Underwood, and Brian Underwood casted a vision. He casted a vision well back before this company even started and said, hey, you know what? I want to bring better to the marketplace. I want to lead with education. I want to create what we call a blue ocean environment for all of us to win, for whoever wants to win and however they want better to be in their lives. And that blue ocean, that's a big term, because it's like, a lot of us have been to one of those things. A lot of us have been in living rooms looking at spatulas or plastic bowls or some type of some things. And those are all great. My house is full of it, right? However, there was a lot of the, hey, buy this, hey, buy this, hey, buy this, hey, buy this, hey, buy this. And, that's not how I said yes to ketones. I said yes to ketones because someone cared enough about me to say, hey, this is how I felt. I think this would benefit you. And because I said yes then in 2017, I look at this Zoom and there's dozens and dozens of people that I've gotten to build relationships with and build actual community with, right, Heather? And be able to share in laughter and share in joy and share in business and skill building. And it's been a phenomenal thing to have the community support coupled with the scientific support of the product to know what we have is not just drowning in anecdotal, or that's a fancy word for stories of like, you should just do this because my grandmother's big toe grew back. Like, okay, that's cool. Your grandmother's big toeitis is pretty crazy, but some things that, when this vision was cast and then the brand Pruvit came out of that vision, there's been some really cool things that have happened. Like, did you know we sponsor a soccer team? We sponsor a soccer team based in Louisville, Kentucky. Not only that, like the vision includes our name being a household name. There was one whole day where Pruvit was plastered all over Times Square, right? Like that's reserved for Coca-Cola. Well, that's reserved for Nordstrom or Macy's or whatever, but that's reserved for us too. So you being here is a part of that vision. You being here is us rocking our swag. Like this shirt says, better is earned, not given, right? Like we work hard for what we have. We work hard for our goals, whether it's health goals, relationship goals, community goals, or financial goals inside of Pruvit as part of that better vision. You can find that here. And so in 2017 as well, when I drank my first 10, I had a friend of mine say, hey, well, do you want to get them? Do you want to pay for them or do you want to get them for free? And I'm like, free? Free is for me, not because I'm cheap, but because I'm cheap, right? And because like, what else do you get for free? You don't go pump 100 gallons of gas and get 100 gallons for free. Like that's not how that works. You don't go to Costco, buy 10 chicken bakes and get 10 free. That's not how that works. But here there's this fantastic referral program that says, hey, you raving fan, did you like this stuff? Okay, share it with your sister and your mother. When they say yes, they're going to drink it and then you get it for free. I'm like, okay, rad, let's do that. And then I accidentally talked to a few more people. And then I purposely talked to a few more people. And then the conversation shifted to like, whoa, there's a business side of this. There's some really great rewards for you if you want to treat this as a business. So I was like, okay, cool, let's do that. And so actually, Coachy, Miss Rebecca here, Rebecca Schweitzer from New Hampshire, why don't you just hop off mute real fast and just real quick, 45, 60 seconds, just like how has the sharing the conversation been been in your life? Like, what has it transpired for you just now, only 2.5 years later? Hi.
Hey, hi, hello, how are you? Yes, Coach Rebecca up in New Hampshire. When I first started sharing this conversation, number one, I didn't have an experience with the product. So if you're on here and you haven't even drank a ketone yet, I drank one packet of ketones 8 months before I jumped into this business opportunity. And then the reason that I jumped in is because as a single mom in New Hampshire in November, I have a health and fitness business, personal training and sports nutrition. And in November, nobody's buying personal training packages. They're buying gifts for holidays. They're going to holiday parties, eating all kinds of pies and cakes and cookies and food. And so I ended up having more money going out than was coming in. I don't know if anybody can ever relate to that, more month at the end of the money. And so I ran out of heating fuel in my house, and my son and I could see our breath. And so I was like, well, honey, go put on another Coke, because I don't know how long it's going to be before we have heat again. And I called my best friend, who happens to be Carrie Wynn, who was sharing. And he said, well, hey, he's the same person that flew across the country to pour ketones into a shaker for me. And he said, well, hey, there's money to be made on the table here if you want it, if you want it. And so I said, what do I have to lose? And so I just went to town sharing the conversation, asking people, hey, I don't really know what it does. I've watched his journey. I've seen his life change physically. I've seen his mental status change. I've seen his finances change, his bank accounts. He's traveling. But would you come and drink this with me for a month and just see let's go see what happens. And I had enough people say yes that in my first 30 days, no income claims, but there's tons of bonuses that are always laid out. Our company's amazing. I was able to make $3,000 and it blew my mind. And so in the first year, because of the work that I did in those couple months, I didn't really work the business. I kind of did it as a hobby. I drank ketones. I've been drinking ketones every single day since. I have never paid for my ketones except for the first time. But I didn't work the business for a year, but I was still bringing in residual every month from the work I did the first couple months. I brought in $300 to $400 every month for a year, which kept me off of welfare. I didn't have to have food stamps to feed my son. And then last year in April, I made the decision to treat this like a business and work it like a business. And since then, my income is now increased to 4 times the amount of my cost of living. I do personal training and fitness on the side just for the fun of it. I've earned a free car through the company. I never talk about that. I should talk about that more. Yeah, they pay me every month for a car, a luxury vehicle, which is amazing. And I've helped hundreds of other families bring in at least, $200 to $300 a month, but multiple families now are making comma checks, so over $1,000. So that's how this has changed my life. I don't know how it'll show up for you.
Well, thank you so much. And yeah, I'm so glad that's a really great opening for just this back end of it. And there are rewards to be earned depending on what you're looking for. And so, as you share this conversation, there are different types of rewards and incentives that do become available to you. We already talked about it, like just as a consumer, just as a raving fan of the product, with just a couple people referred, you're going to get those referral rewards, which include free product every 4th month. Just by getting it each month, you get a bonus something from the company. We've gotten bags of ketones. We've gotten boxes, full-size boxes of products, scoopables, 20 servings, 25 servings, 30 servings of all sorts of different flavors and technologies. It has been totally awesome. Community rewards. If you're someone that has a little bit more in you than just referring a couple, let's say 4, 5, 6 people at least, now you're building a community. Now you're bringing people into this conversation and helping them really arm in arm on their journey towards better. And there's community rewards for that, as in addition to the referral rewards. And then the luxury car. There's a car bonus attached to sharing this conversation. It does take a little higher level work. It does take coachability. It does take trusting systems. It does take opening your mouth more than once on accident. It does take some intentionality. But to be honest with you, from me, like when this was spoken to me, like what did I have to lose when I had everything to gain? what did I have to lose except generally a lifestyle I wasn't enjoying? Then now being able to share this product and share this opportunity at a high level, trust that system, trust that, take the coaching, invest in myself, and then now be able to help others do exactly as Rebecca said, of helping them add value and dollars into their lives as well. And just as a disclaimer too, like these are all, like there is money to be made. There is a rewards plan all typed up and written out for you. You can Google it if that's something that you need to do. It's not necessary because if you don't do the work, it doesn't come with it anyway. But then if you even go a step beyond just earning that luxury car, there are ownership bonuses as well as you move through that are total lifestyle changing rewards that can benefit you, your family, and generations to come after you. So it does require a work ethic. It does require coachability. And it does require at some point playing full out, wearing the swag. Like, so who's wearing Nike right now? Who's wearing Lucky right now? Who's wearing a brand that isn't paying you? Like why not wear clothes? Why not wear pants? Why not drive a car that's paying you or allowing you to tap into rewards? Because we all support somebody's dream. Are you supporting someone else's or are you supporting your own? That's, Lululemon makes a ton of money, but I got a pair of Pruvit Lululemons. I don't wear them out because I'm a little juicy in them, but you're picking up what I'm putting down. So we'll just move from there. So sharing this conversation is fantastic. As a customer, as somebody that's just enjoying the product, you can just order it and then have your mom and your sister and your uncle and your neighbor order it with you. Cool. But there are a few systems in place that allow for you to start earning those rewards that we talked about. First and foremost, it's $49. $49 for an entire year. That gives you access to a legal team. It gives you access to research and development. It gives you access to those professionals that we talked about. We're on stage this week talking about drinking ketones and ketosis and ketogenesis and all of that nerd stuff and how that can show up and benefit your lives. You get access to all of them. You get access to trainings. You get access to more Zooms like this, access to in-person events. I'm so excited. We're actually all going to Louisville for my birthday for our first in-person meeting event in 17 or 16 months it'll be. And I'm so excited for that. And so that's August 20th. If you didn't already, if you got your ticket for that, drop a 1 in the chat. Let me see who's going to come celebrate my birthday with me. Oh, I love it. Look at all these friends, where else are you going to get 2,000 people to fly in to celebrate your birthday? I mean, like, come on. Like, how cool is that? It's so good. Dawn follow directions. That said, put a 1, not a me. Come on. So you can just pay the $49. You can have that. However, I will say, like, a traveling merchant with an empty cart doesn't sell very many apples, right? And so there are a couple systems in place that allow for you to have product in hand that come to you in a variety pack of 5 of our most popular flavors. And Amy, you'll be there. Just we'll manifest it, put it to work. You'll come. It's fine. With 5 of our most popular flavors that allow for you to create what we call trial packs, which come with generally 5 packs or 10 or 3, but 5 is a nice easy one. And then you just trade these with your friends and family for a few bucks. And we can talk more about that. But then you have this to go and start helping people to start their experiences. So it's really cool. So there's a 1 pack that's called our mini brand builder, because that's what we are. We're building this brand. We're branded out. And like, even I went and grabbed these boxes here. And if you know, right? If you know what these are, you know what these are. And if you drop in the chat, if you recognize these puppies. And so we're branded out. We're branded out, and we get to share this conversation. We get to put trial packs in people's pockets and total strangers at this point, and have them start their journey because you cared about them to say, hey, this business might change your life. Hey, I know this product's going to impact your life. Hey, I know that insert thing for that person. So definitely want to check that out. So with a mini brand builder or with our max brand builder packs, whichever one, the only difference is between the 2 packs is one allows you to earn double the rewards for the same amount of work. So it's like, don't play with your money. If you really want to share this at a higher level, if you really want to tap into the systems that the person that invited you here has set up with their team and with their leadership, like, just say yes, make a decision based off of what's going to be best for you and your family. But we have that $49 and we have our mini pack and our max pack. And those are all there for you to double down potentially on the work that you're already doing, which is pretty cool. So we talked about it already, but with the inventory that you get from those packs, you're just going to launch a test market. And all that means is you'll make a list, and a list of a few people that are important to you, a list of people that you want to see thrive and vibe in their lives. And you say, hey, Heather, I just got my hands on something. I don't know that much about it, but I've only been drinking it for 10 days, 12 days, me 3.5 years, or I just finished what's called a 10-day challenge. And in that 10 days, I slept better, da, 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 da. If I shot you over some information, would you want to check it out? They're going to say yes. And then you send them that campfire video, you'll watch it too. And then you invite them to something like this, or invite them to a conversation with the person that you're working with. And there you go. You can start their product, start trying it, match them up with a flavor, and then help them get it for free too. That's what we're doing. I'm in the business of getting people's ketones for free. Like, I don't know about you, but that's the hat that I like to wear because it fits really, really good, because I love, love, love watching that happen. So in addition to that too, like, not only do you earn rewards from launching your business with that max pack or mini pack, or even just the $49, but when you grab this, when you start with apples in your cart, right? When you start with ketones in hand, Heather, you're just like right here in the middle of my screen. So I'm locked in on you. Maybe I'll start talking to Crystal because she's right next to you, right, Karen? Y'all group together. Come on, Joan, smile. And so when you grab this too, you're purchasing it at a discount. You're purchasing it at a discount, and you're going to retail it out. So not only are you earning back-end rewards, but you're having, you can earn retail right then and there in your pocket. And quite frankly, like, that's how one way I finance my lifestyle is like, oh, let me just get these ketones, like all of these here. I want to put them in flavor packs and then flip them out. Why? Because I've taken time to invest in myself to build a little bit of an audience. And with that little bit of an audience, we can help people start their journeys to better. So there's a lot of options to get started. And the most important thing right now is I want you to take your hand up and put your palm to the camera. Put your palm to the camera right now, if you don't mind. If you're willing to play full out, just palm up there. I mean, you don't have to hide your face and everything. Like, kind of like, not like you're taking an oath or anything. Now look at your palm. Now look right there at your palm. And just imagine this is a mirror. And if you're looking at yourself right now and you're not yet sharing this conversation, you're not yet drinking your ketones, and just imagine you're one of these 3 types of people, okay? The first type of person, you can put your hands down. Thank you for that, for playing along. I love it. I remember I feed off of interaction and community. You're one of these 3 types of people. First person is like, hey, you know what? Sounds great. But that dude in Vegas, like, it's just, I don't think it's for me. However, I do know some people I want to send over to you because I think it might be for them. So you might be that person that doesn't want to do it, doesn't want to drink it, and that's okay. It's totally okay. But you're going to know people that want better mood, better sleep, better digestion, clearer skin, fat loss, focus, muscle preservation, better digestion, and beyond. You might know 3, 4, 5 people that you can then refer to your friend and say, hey, I'm not drinking this, but I think you should. Doesn't that sound kind of funny? And help out your family, help out your friends. Let them start their journeys to better, even though that you're not ready. And so that's totally fine. And we're so glad that you joined us today. We're so glad that you played full out and stayed this long. The second type of person that's here, stop texting me, people, is the contemplator, is the person that needs to think about it a little bit more, is the person that needs to scroll through Pruvit.tv, is the person that needs to watch one of our other events that we've recorded and say, okay, I need a little bit more information before I full send my yes. I need a little bit more information, or a lot of bit more information, but don't wait too long, because I'll tell you, I believe, and my work ethic is that everybody on the face of this planet will drink ketones at some point in their lives. My mentor taught that 2,000 years ago, that everybody's going to know my name. And if it's good enough for him to go out and talk to everybody, it's good enough for me to go out and talk to everybody. And so your friends, neighbors, city folk, whatever you've got going on out in the country, whatever, like, I will show up someday. Someone on here will show up someday. So if you want to help charge your friends, your family, your community, your neighbors on their journey to better, I would highly recommend that you research it and then full send your yes, right? That sounds pretty cool. I like the way that sounds. And take that time though, and for as little or long as you need. I'm just saying, like, because you're still a type of person, you're welcome here. There's space for you here, right? To consider it and to better understand it. So cool, awesome. But also think of a few people, even make a list. I have a list of names right here. Make a list of people that maybe need to drink something, maybe need to try it with you. Launch that what's called test market with a small group of people. Because oftentimes we won't listen to ourselves, but we listen to our neighbor, we listen to our sister, our mother, our brother. We'll take a group of opinions, get 5-10 people together and try it yourself. Guess what? Now you're already profiting too if you elect to do this as a business. Just throwing that out there. The third type of person is someone that's like, you know what? I'm ready for this. Cue terrible music. I'm sitting here thinking, what's that song? Are you ready for this? And it's something that we're looking for you. We're looking for you because you're situated today, right here, right now, going like, you know what? This last year, I've learned a lot. This last year, in a little personal story, I was working for a multi-billion-dollar retail brand before pandemic. Securing my job, number one in the district, knowing everything, outperforming everyone, nothing stopping me. Well, guess what? It closed. And I did go back and then I quit because it just wasn't worth my time anymore. My dad, who's worked 40 years in the same place, 40 years, and baby boomers, magical, y'all rock. 40 years, still laid off today. Don't know if he's ever going back or not. So we had a choice to make, right? We found out that security is a sham, right? We found out that the industrial age era, the industrial revolution type work ethic, type work environment doesn't provide everything that we thought. Some of y'all that are here from the greatest generation ever have made a lot of us and educated a lot of us. And we're in a different place now, in a different perspective on life. And it's like, oh, hey, I need to pay off debt. I do want to own a house. I do want to own a car. I do want to travel as much as I want. And well, guess what? Like, I can't do that working in the same place for 40 years. It doesn't work for me today. And so if that's you, then I'm really, really talking to you right now. I'm talking to someone that was in a situation, maybe like Becca that had her back against the wall, was negative $400. And was just like, it called me just as a friend. Like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, why don't you you're a fitness junkie and a guru. Like, why don't you just put together a small group of people and let's see what happens? And we did. And her life has been forever changed by it. And right now, our big passion right now is helping that new mom earn $200 to $300 a month to cover diapers and formula, is helping that young family get the things that they need, to get the things that they want. I see so many faces on here that now get to have fun, paying off debt, paying off personal loans, paying off all sorts of things. And just, that's the short of it all. Yeah, I can go for hours and hours, but I'm going to what's the word? Spare you from that. So listen, whether you're type 1, type 2, or type 3, any of those 3 types of people, thank you. Message the person that invited you to be here tonight and say, hey, okay, I'm this person, I'm that person. Carrie said to do this. Just take the directive and run with it. Because remember, there is coachability requirement in this business. What we have works. Our systems work. The product works 100% of the time. Just let your body be the lab on that if you still haven't drank it, or if you're not drinking it long enough. Commit to it. Say yes. Say yes to your dreams. It's safe to dream here with Pruvit. It's safe to dream here with your team. Trust it. Trust the proven systems, and let's have some fun. Thank you so much for taking some time out this Thursday evening with me and with these just beautiful faces here. Again, message that person that said, hey, you should be on this call. I would love for you to be on there with me, and say, okay, cool. Carrie said, do this, and let's run it. Let's go. And until the next time we get together, and if nobody else has said it to you, I love you. I'm grateful for you. And I cannot wait to see how better shows up in your life. And we'll be back here next week with a whole new group, and with you plus another person. Until then, make it great. Make it a great night, and God bless. Bye.